Hey, hey, just finished up with the readings. Took a while. Uh, anyways, the Mott's they stole the Surface exhibition from Hell.com and reposted it. And I think that they were saying that copyright and ownership doesn't really matter on the internet because it's not as personalized on there. Like everyone can access the internet, so anyone could just see it and then just like save it or something like that. And that the copyright and ownership does have something to deal with it, but the original was never tampered with, so like they could still download it and do whatever they want with it, but the original is still there, so it wasn't that big of a deal. And it was Hell.com's fault to allow their work to be downloaded and saved onto the computer or however they did it. So it was pretty much their fault for not being careful and thinking about that happening. And hacktivism is the use of computers and computer networks as a way to protest and promote like political views and ideas and stuff like that. But even Franco, their theft wasn't protesting anything. They didn't really show their opinions on anything. They just wanted to make more things accessible for everyone to see. And they usually they would find things and then use other people's ideas and stuff and change it around so that they could get their idea out in their own personal way. They're them putting up a huge Nike swoosh in Vienna. I think that they had what they did wasn't necessarily right, but they had good intentions by trying to show the world the power Nike has and how it's such a big corporation. And I think it took a lot of courage to go up against a giant organization like Nike that has a lot of power. And that's what even Franco's all about. They like to test the boundaries, but they always have a purpose to what they're doing. And when I found out it was art, it kind of makes it less offensive just because you understand more of what they were trying to do, but it doesn't really make it right. It still had a negative effect on the area and with the Nike Corporation. The Second Life the Second Life avatar. It's like a portrait because they can make it exactly how they look, and a portrait by definition is like an actual person and their real characteristics. So it's how in the real world people see them. But the avatar now, you can personalize it and customize it and make it whatever you want. You can make it an animal. You could just make someone completely different. So in a way, it's like a portrait because people can pick and choose how they want to. They could choose to make themselves look exactly how they do in real life, and it's different because they could just make someone who they want to be. And it kind of helps, in my opinion, it helps people get away from their real life and just sit back and relax and be in a whole different life. With the synthetic performances, for an example, one of them, on Second Life, there'd be two naked avatars standing in a doorway. So people can walk up and they would know what's going on and then participate, or they would just go away because they think it's really weird. So the concerns would just be that it wasn't really appropriate and that a lot of people wouldn't understand what's really going on. And these performances that they did it would be different if the participant understood the historical part, because they would respect it more and be more willing to join because they know it's for a certain reason. And the avatars that wouldn't know, they would be kind of like shocked and uninformed of what's really going on. They would be kind of confused and have negative thoughts about the whole performance because it's not really a normal kind of thing. And they don't really have the respect for the history like the people involved with it. So it'd just be a little weird for them and awkward for them to join in. Um, the Mott's art, I think it's more about like actual art itself, because the art isn't their art isn't created from scratch like a painting or a sculpture or anything. They just use what's already created and change it into their interpretation of what it should be or what it is. And they'll like steal something and then change it around so it brings their ideas out there. And that's kind of what they did. That's what they always done. It's kind of like it's part of their process. And a theme that I noticed was it was like they like to recreate history a lot, and many things are like sexual. The meaning of vlogging a dead horse is similar to beating a dead horse. There's just no need for it. It's just like you're doing something for no reason, and you just keep doing it and doing it. And even Franco would say that they wanted to stay in a real rotting world. And staying in a real world means that they would die, but then in the end it would mean that they really did live. So that is my vlog.